Okay, Friday morning in the kingdom, and I don't have a voice. Yes, it's unreal. I don't know, but I'm not sick. I just lost my voice. I don't know why, but oh well. So this morning it's warm out here, and guess the temperature? It's -8 degrees Celsius. Yes, just like yesterday, the day before, and all that. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, but feels like -15. On the yo-yo scale, +18. Gotta like that, but feels like +5. It's hard to read. It's so dark out here. All right. So last night I enjoyed chicken breasts with my titty vodka, but I put lots of this in my vodka. Yes, real lemons in a little bowl. Yes, that's my cure for every ailment. Ailment. Oh, this voice sucks. Oh well. All right. So it's kind of. I untangled the flags. And now they're starting to act free. Yes, and the yard lights are all on. That's a nice sunrise over there. Yes. Oh, this voice. Unreal. But I'm not sick. I don't have the flu. I just lost my voice. I don't know why. Maybe it's that Newfoundland vodka. It just burned. It took out my vocal cords. Oh well. All right, let's scroll quickly here before I really lose my voice. All right, so we're not sure what we're doing today. It's kind of warm out here. I want to play around outside, but I should be in the shop working on the TD9 known as Kijiji. I didn't even start the wood stove yet because I'm pumping water to the house so I can have a bath for New Year's. Yes, the great way to bring in the new year with a bath. Yes, all right, just do a quick scroll. My voice is getting worse. I don't know what I did. But oh well, maybe we'll have some fun outside today. I think the staff is working. You never know with her Mickey Mouse job. Yes, her Mickey Mouse job. All right, we just made one full rotation. Oh, I'm going to start coughing here. Well, I better go. Here comes the boss. Okay, the 41 started no problem. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but let's go haul some firewood. Okay, the wind is getting up, but I'm hoping to get a load of wood out of here for in the 41 Chevy 4x4. I'll set the me phone up on the tripod to see how terrible this records. But it's supposed to snow this afternoon, so if I grab some wood now, it's better than nothing. Okay, at my age, I climbed up on top of the pile here, and this isn't really working, but it was a test run. We have a fixed thumb there, okay? So if it was a hydraulic thumb, we could load a little better. Plus the 41 is way too high. That's why we have to use the long trailer. But I need some wood for the stove because it's supposed to get cold here overnight. So I'll set the me phone up in front of the 41 on the tripod because there's a slight breeze. Oh man, what a day to what a day to do this. I should be drinking vodka. Okay, lunchtime in the kingdom, and the me phone didn't record the drive by the big boat known as Rust-Oleum because it got cold and turned itself off. Oh well. So I got a little bit of wood here, and it's lunchtime, and the flags are over there. I don't know about you guys, but it's a funny color right now with these overcast skies and the sun. I think it's gonna snow. All right, so let's go put this wood in the shop, stoke up the stove, have some lunch, and then we can work on the TD9 known as Kijiji.
Friday morning in WHO-ville, and it's just after 9 a.m. and I'm getting ready to head to work. I actually get to work all day again today, which is pretty good. Extra hours for me. As you can see, the sunrise is already behind the clouds, and it started to snow because it is way too warm, so it's going to snow, of course. Now it's time to get ready and head to work. I bet you when I get my break at lunchtime, it'll be snowing. 12:30 and I just got home for a quick little lunch break. I'm doing pretty good this morning. Got a lot of cleaning done today, and I've been stocking shelves and stuff. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs out, and make a fast lunch. 1 o'clock and I'm just getting ready to head back to work. I figured when I got off it'd be snowing, but it's still trying. I'll wait until I'm off at 3 o'clock and maybe it'll be snowing then. Now it's time to let the dogs back in and get back to work. 3 p.m. and it's coffee time. I just got off of work. It's still trying to snow out, but not much has come down. Now it's time to get the skidoo out and head on over to the mail and see if there's anything there from Sir Rodney, and then go to the kingdom. Little after 3 p.m. and I'm on my way to go do mail now. Then I'll come back and pick up the shopping that I did yesterday and a bit of today, and then I'll go over to the kingdom and see what my dad's up to. I'm pretty sure he's in the shop today, but I guess I'll find out. Just got back from doing mail, and it looks like there was an envelope from Sir Rodney there, so let's head on over to the kingdom and open this up with my dad and see what's inside. Made it to the kingdom and opened up the envelope from Sir Rodney, and look what was in there. We got a bunch of car fresheners. I actually haven't seen a couple of these smells before, but that'll be really nice in the vehicles. You'll be able to mask the dog smell when we're out cruising around. We even got a $100 gift card, but I covered up all the numbers so the spammers don't get it. Thank you so much, Sir Rodney. We are certainly going to enjoy this. Not sure what we'll be ordering with this, but I'm sure we'll be treating ourselves. Wow, we'll have to get your Christmas gift sent down to you soon. Just after 3:30, I'm officially done in the kingdom. I'm still way too sick to do anything, and my dad's just working in the shop. I don't think we'll really have a sunset today because it's still trying to snow, so we have some clouds coming in. I think for supper, I'm going to try this out. We got this from one of the followers, so hopefully it's pretty good. Now let's head on back into WHO-ville and do the weather. Just after 4 p.m. and this is the temperature we're sitting at today. It's -8 degrees Celsius, which is 17 degrees Fahrenheit. We even have the feels like on the bottom. I forgot to bring the weather station over to the kingdom today and get it set up for you guys, but that's okay. I am pretty sick and very forgetful right now. Now it's time to head inside, and I'm going to make that Kraft dinner for supper. For supper tonight, I am having Kraft Mac and Cheese Deluxe, the 4 cheese kind. Doesn't that look delicious? I already tried a little bit and it is actually pretty good. Now it's time to finish eating supper, let the dogs back in, edit my videos, and end my day.
Okay, coffee time in the kingdom. We went non-stop because we couldn't stop because we were getting, how would you say, greasy. All right, the first thing we did was put the valve cover on. We cleaned up the valve cover gasket and we siliconed it or gasket glued it to the valve cover. So when you lift the valve cover off to beat on the valves, the gasket comes with the valve cover. And then we put the injectors back in. Okay, that was no big wow. Lots of never sees, and I think we got them sealed. If not, we'll just do it again. Okay, the front here was no problem. We didn't clean the gasket off. We didn't do anything. We just put the gasket glue on and put it together. But we didn't use any impacts or anything to tighten the bolts up because you have the 3 dowel pins right here. So you want this thing to suck in. Okay, and then down under here with the oil pan, in theory, the oil pan should be dropped and should fit. No, we pulled a Bob Vila, we put lots of gasket glue on it, and then we trimmed it up to make it look like a window seal. Okay, that's the way we're doing it. We're not spending money on this motor. Okay, and also too, notice the block I used for raising it up. Oh, there we go. All right. I put the wood grain so it would crack and follow the contour of the oil pan because you have to lift it up to get the weight off of here, okay? Also, too, there's little thin washers in there. They're little shimmy boos or whatever they're called. All right, don't lose those. Okay, so then we got the pulley on with the new seal, okay? But the seal is big enough that you could have put 2 of them back to back. I had a bitch of a time getting that off. I'm glad I took the cover off because how would you say, trying to get that off with a puller or pry bars or anything like that. It was great fun trying to get it off on the workbench, beating it from behind. So we put it all back together. Lots of never sees. The big nut was not tightened with the impact until the end, okay? Because you can cross thread that pretty big, easy. Being fine thread and such a big nut, and plus you got to remember everybody else has had it on and off, so it could be worn out. And then we marked over here that the injection pump is timed to 0. Okay, so we couldn't film any of this cover going on, but we used the gasket goo because it's not worth spending money and farting around with the original gasket. The original gasket was on there. We weren't making another gasket or anything like that to replace it, because this cat, in theory, how would you say, was parts cat when it arrived here. I had $6,000 invested in it, ran it here, and the final drive on this side was broken. Okay, so it's sitting on the semi-trailer. I look up and this thing is broken. The motor was seized. Like, this thing was, how'd you say, junk. So $6,000, I got junk at the end of the world. And I wanted to buy a complete running good cat instead of the ones I was getting up here in the north where they're junk and I got to fix them and fix them and fix them. So I spent $6,000 so I can still be fixing it. Yes. Okay, so bad business, was bought for scrap value, probably landed here. He was under $1,000. He was seized, had a broken final drive. He's up and going, and we haven't looked at him in 20 years. Now we have this thing here, which is unreal. So I know the purists are going to complain about all the gasket goo and everything like that, but who cares? I look like a 2-year-old kid eating spaghetti, getting that cover on, and if it leaks, it leaks, okay? My claim to fame is 15 seconds on ice road truckers with an 8V71 Detroit, which leaks. So if this thing leaks, I'll call it my Detroit motor. All right, let's go have some coffee. Okay, try again. I cleaned the camera lens. All right, we want to get this motor buttoned up because we got to start assembling that rad. So to assemble the rad, we have to put the pallets back down in here, okay? Because we're not going to bring the Mini in. We can do it this way, and everybody else can follow along and do it the way we do it, okay? So we cleaned out the hole. We topped it out to a 5/16 fine thread bolt, a low grade bolt, nothing fancy. Put it in there with some Loctite on it, and that will hold the pin in place. Then we cut the top off. You know, there's no point in having a top or a set screw, because one, we don't have a set screw. Two, where we're going to get a set screw, and we want it together now. And besides, the next person to take it apart will drill that out and chase the pin out, okay? So we did it the old-fashioned way, okay? We used the hacksaw. Didn't come with an instruction booklet, but it was fairly simple on how it operated. Okay, one of the joys of old cats, or IH cats, but Caterpillar especially. Caterpillar cats have to have gaskets, okay? I don't know why. It's the machining of the plates or the meshing or whatever. It doesn't work. So you have to have... So we buy this gasket material here. It's Felpro or whatever. But the only problem is it comes in a roll. So you got to lay it out. This stuff's pretty old and dry, but it's been laying out in the parts room. I mean, the pleasure room in the house, but it's kind of dry. But that's one thing when you use the file folders for the thinner gaskets. They never seem to dry out. I don't know why. It must be a different material. Okay, so you cut your gasket out. So you start with your holes. Okay, like this. And then you leave your little ball peen there. Find your holes first. As you can see, we punched it out. And then keep pumping around with your little ball peen. Get going. Go, 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 go. And since how this was dry material, we use the scissor and a knife and stuff like that. But you can usually get your gasket cut out by using your little ball peen, and it works out very well. So now I'll put some gasket goo on this to hold the gasket on. My bolts are ready, and we can assemble this. Okay, just about 6 o'clock in the kingdom, and we got this thing all buttoned up. Yes, buttoned up. Everything's on here. Everything's looking good. Okay, anytime when you play with these water fittings or anything like that, and you make a gasket, put lots of gasket goo on it, because the water fittings or antifreeze fittings or coolant fittings are pitted, okay? So I don't know if we can see it right there. Oh yes, there we are. See how it's pitted? So put some silicone or gasket goo on, and it works good. All right, we got the fan belt on, the fan and everything. I always leave the small fan belt on the water pump, or leave it, because I usually forget it, and then it has to go on first, and then the big one. So I got the Okay, we'll walk to the other side here. This is hard to do. Okay, so we got the collar or the flange tightened up. Okay, so it works out good that you can turn the water pump and give it quick little spins already, and the belt will tighten up. When you get near the end, you really have to give it a quick jerk, and then it'll tighten up. But you get it lined up, and then you put the set screw in, and then tighten the collar nut on the outside. So this turned out pretty good. Everything's good to go. The water pump's hooked up. We marked it as timed at 0, and the block heater's hooked up. I have to drain this injection pump in the morning to get the diesel out of it, and then we put some oil in it, and then it should be good to go and happy, because we didn't drain it, okay, because these things sit so long. But hopefully we get some, how do you say, action or whatever, or some use out of this one. This thing is getting to be annoying. I should have left it as a parts cat, but at $6,000 I got screwed royally. Okay, and we got the pallet set up here for assembling the rad tomorrow on here. But I doubt we'll put the coolant in tomorrow, because it'll have to sit and dry because all the gasket goo we used. So we'll hopefully get the rad assembled. But there's lots to do here in the kingdom. I have stocked the wood stove. So I don't know if you guys can hear it there. Can you feel the heat, Les Nessman? All right, let's go check on the flags. Okay, we might be short today, so just like my honeymoon, we'll add some film footage from 2022. Okay, the sky's cleared off. I don't know where the snow is. The weatherman forecasted snow. All lies, just like my marriage. All right, there we go. We just stocked the wood stove, so we have some good wood smokes chimney stuff there. All right, the lights are on. The 41 is parked in front of the shop as we use up some of that firewood and mix it in with those totes. Okay, all right, we scroll over there. Oh, look at the skies. I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you see that? All right. Okay, so there's the flags all tangled up, which is normal. Okay, my voice is kind of here. All right, let's go walk the dogs, drink some pain medication called vodka, and make a video. Talk to you later.